The very first electric SUVs, like Tesla Model X, Jaguar I-Pace, and Audi e-Tron, originally came out with price tags above $80,000 and immediately created an unpleasant image for large family EVs as super expensive toys for the very rich. Gladly, the EV technology is constantly making leaps forward, and the selection of so-called people's electric crossovers is now bigger than ever. To help you out on a quest for the affordable electric SUV, in today's episode we'll be rounding up the cheapest models that are already on sale and those newcomers that will be hitting dealerships in the nearest future. Subscribe to Automotive Territory to support the electric revolution. Ring the bell and enjoy the ride. Tesla Model Y. The initially planned single-motor standard range Model Y had the potential to become the cheapest electric SUV on the American market. But as usual, the trickster Elon Musk pulled another one of his stunts, suddenly dropping it from the lineup. Apparently, with 230 miles of range, it no longer qualifies for the CEO's excellence criteria. However, not everything is lost for the Model Y fans. Just 4 months into production, the crossover was announced to get a $3,000 box price cut for the long-range all-wheel drive and performance versions. Their range reaches 316 and 291 miles respectively, while the upcoming long-range rear-wheel drive will offer 300 miles for the yet unknown number of dollars. All of the Ys come underpinned by the same platform as the Model 3 sedan. They show outstanding driving dynamics, sit higher above the ground, and manage to squeeze in up to 7 seats. Nissan Ariya. The series production of Nissan's first all-electric crossover should start in early 2021 in Japan, but the rest of us will have to wait for an entire year to get our hands on the Ariya. Our patience will be rewarded, since the model sits on a brand new platform, finally gets liquid battery cooling, and abandons the angular design language from the brand's previous cars. To suit any customer, the Ariya comes powered by a single motor or a 2-motor all-wheel drive system, juiced by a 63 or an 87 kWh battery. According to the confirmed specs for the Japanese market, its maximum output reaches 394 horses, while the battery gets exhausted at 340 miles if translated to APA cycle. The crossover features many advanced tech features, like a dual-screen digital cockpit, haptic controls, and the ProPilot 2.0 system that enables hands-free driving. VW ID.4. This all-electric VW has not been revealed to the public in its market-ready form, but according to the company, it already hit the assembly lines at the recently converted carbon-neutral Zwickau factory. Until its September debut, the foolproof information about the crossover remains quite limited. All we know is that it is built on the MEB platform, is based on the Cross concept, and promises to cover up to 277 miles on a single charge. At first, the ID.4 will roll out on a single-motor rear-wheel drive configuration, but more powerful all-wheel drive models will be added in the future. This VW was also confirmed to get several battery options, all of them with the fast charging capability. Ford Mustang Mach-E. Ford's first non-compliance electric car has everything going for it. A catchy name with a 50-year-long history, powerful design, competitive range, and adequate pricing. Even though the true Mustang potential was reserved for the buyers of the upper GT trim with 459 horsepower from the dual-motor all-wheel drive powertrain, the entry-level select models will not disappoint as well. Preliminary EPA range is estimated at 230 miles, with a 2-year complimentary access to the Ford Pass charging network. This is a single-motor crossover equipped with a rear-wheel drive or a $2,700 optional electric all-wheel drive. By putting 266 horsepower to the wheels, it manages to do mid-5-second sprints to 60. The CV gets an all-new vertical 15.5-inch Sync 4A infotainment, 10.2-inch digital cluster, and Ford's latest driver assistance tech, Copilot 360 2.0. Make sure to stick till the end of this video. The cheapest models are waiting for you down the list. Like this episode to support the transition to electric vehicles, and let's get back to it. Peugeot E2008. Introduced as a part of the second-generation revision of the smallest Peugeot crossover, the E2008 is underpinned by the new PSA modular platform and is powered by the same battery electric setup as the electric version of the 208 hatch. Externally, you will easily distinguish the new E-badging, a new line emblem, and a body-colored grille. Paired with a 136 HP motor, a 50 kWh battery offers slightly less range than the previously mentioned B-segment commuter, covering around 170 EPA estimated miles. The pack is covered by 8 years of warranty, and it boasts 100 kW DC fast charging capability, allowing 80% of the capacity to be replenished in 30 minutes. Inside, the cabin of the EV2008 differs only by the EV-specific software. The model is offered in 4 trim levels: Active, Allure, GT Line, and the top-of-the-range GT. The base one rides on 16-inch wheels, gets LED headlights, and features leather steering wheel and cloth upholstery. Kia Niro EV. Back in 2018, when Elon was just starting to hype up the crowds for the Model Y, both major South Korean brands Kia and Hyundai had already started production of their more affordable alternatives. Since then, the Niro has been awarded a Car of the Year title by multiple outlets, and in general is considered a better buy than the Kona Electric due to a higher market treatment. The SUV is powered by a 201 HP motor and a 64 kWh battery. In the US, this is the only available version, squeezing out up to 239 miles of range. Other markets are also getting a less powerful 136 HP motor and 152 miles, though it is not noticeably cheaper. The e-Niro has a rich set of safety and autonomy features, and until now, its only weakness has been slow delivery times, but Kia have committed to cutting them in half. Hyundai Kona Electric. As of today, this Kona is regarded as the cheapest and by many accounts the best electric crossover on the market, which leads to constant shortages of supply wherever you look. In North America, the new Kona gets only the long-range variant, equipped with a 201 horsepower motor and a 64 kWh battery, sufficient for 258 miles of range, while Europe also gets access to the lower-spec 136 horsepower, 39 kWh version, good for 164 miles on a charge. The battery supports 100 kW charging, replenishing 229 miles of range per hour. The usual trim selection is SEL, Limited, and Ultimate, starting from around $37,000. The lowest configuration is surprisingly well equipped, offering Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, active safety assist, and functional 7-inch infotainment. But such features as LED lights, leather seating, and semi-autonomy require extra payment. MG ZS EV. Morris Garages is a British automotive brand with a 100-year-long history. It is mostly known for its two-seater sports cars. Currently, it belongs to the Chinese giant SAIC Motor Corporation, and since 2011 produces automobiles for the British, European, Australian, and Asian markets. The ZS EV is their latest electric family crossover introduction that will cost £25,000 British pounds after the plug-in car grant. The affordable price is not without its downsides. The single charge range is somewhat underwhelming 145 EPA miles. The motor is 143 HP, 260 pound-feet strong, and the infotainment is far from intuitive. However, if you take into account the ample boot space of 445 liters or 15.7 cubic feet, standard MG Pilot driver assistance package, and quite appealing exterior design, this crossover might be just a good enough buy. Renault City KCE and Dacia Spring. The common module family EV platform was developed by the Renault-Nissan-Mitsubishi Alliance to carry rebadged versions of basically the same 5-door hatchback with rugged SUV styling, raised ground clearance, and unbeatable low pricing. The Chinese market has already embraced the City KCE model, which is priced at just $8,650 after incentives. The confirmed technical specifications for this tiny commuter are 124 WLTP or 105 EPA miles, 44 horsepower, and 92 pound-feet of torque. The single-motor drivetrain is used by a 26.8 kWh battery, which could be replenished to 80% in 50 minutes via DC plug. In Europe, it will be sold under the Romanian brand Dacia with the Spring moniker. Both get a very basic interior, manual aircon, 8-inch infotainment, and a backup camera. Once again, we're asking the question whether you find these prices even remotely affordable, and at what point do you set your own price-to-range equilibrium that would be acceptable to go ahead with the purchase of an electric car. Mention your favorite models from the lineup in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to Automotive Territory. As always, may the torque be with you!